Interesting.
His name is Simple Flips.
Alright, I'm recording now.
Okay.
Alright. Hello and welcome to Big Brain Time, a podcast with the mates. I'm joined here with my co-host, Georgie360 Gaming, and we're going to be waiting on my other co-host, Ian.
Hello there.
Hello there.
I'm Georgie360 Gaming, the master blocker on Gabe's channel.
There he is, our other host, Ian.
Hello?
Hello, you need to be
Hello.
louder than that.
I don't care if your parents are sleeping, you can talk louder.
Well, it's 1:03 for us.
Really, it's 2:03 for me.
Yeah, you're an hour ahead of us.
Yes, I am.
Hello?
Hello.
That's very loud.
There we go. Oh, is this good?
No, that is way too quiet now.
Is this good?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do that intro again so Ian knows where we are. Hello and welcome to Big Brain Time, a podcast with the mates. This is episode 1. I'm your host, Gabriel. No, I'm not going to say my full name. I'm your host, Plap Universe, and I'm joined here with my other co-host, Georgie360 Gaming, and my other co-host, Ian.
Hello there. It is I, Georgie360 Gaming, the master blocker of stick fight.
I'm just Ian. That's all.
You need to be
That's all
louder
that
than that.
is.
A little louder.
That's all that is.
That's all
That's
that
it.
is. So, welcome to the podcast, where we talk about big brain things, and we're only 13.
Well, I'm older than these two guys right here.
Actually, Ian's older than you are.
Really?
Yep, September 11th.
Yeah, boy.
You're older than I am by 2 days, and Ian's older than I am by 10 days.
We're both older than Plap over here.
By 2 days and 10 days.
With a combined total of 12 days. Big brain math.
But I'm still taller than the both of you.
Shut
Are you
up.
taller than the both of us combined?
Probably, yeah.
No,
No,
I'm 5
probably.
foot.
I'm 5'3". We make 10 feet together. You're not 10 foot.
You don't know that. You haven't seen me in a while.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. The CDC
Yes, I
can't know.
I literally have
So
seen
what should our first
2
topic
days
be?
ago.
What should our first topic be about?
Why your blocking game is not that good.
No. How have you guys been doing in quarantine? Like, legit, though.
I've been doing pretty good. D&D is the only thing that's making me not going insane.
Makes sense.
I'm just going insane.
Yeah, speaking of
No.
D&D, Ian, you haven't been on D&D.
For a while.
Yeah.
I thought, wait, what? I literally was on it last week both times.
Every Monday and Thursday.
I know. I was on it.
Also, a big accomplishment we have done in D&D was kill a titan, or giant.
A giant. A storm giant, actually.
Those big boys.
Them some big boys. They also have big armor class. An
Not as big
18.
as Arvin's with a 19 armor class.
Frickin' rule lawyer.
Yeah, next episode I'll explain to you guys how I did it.
Actually, you know what? We got time. Explain to us now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. How
so
did you
basically,
get such a high armor class?
do know that studded leather is a base armor class of, I think, of 14? Let me check my photos of death. Oh, there's so much cursed stuff.
Photos of death.
I enjoy photos of death.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a base. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's a base 12 armor class plus your dexterity modifier, and guess what Arvin's dexterity modifier is?
97.
No, it's a +7.
Of course it is.
You got 7 right, so I mean that's close enough for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm big brain.
That's why I go for those. If I went for any armor, I can't wear armor since I'm a druid now. I can't wear armor that's metal. But since my studded leather is so useful, I might not even go for those heavy armors.
But technically, studded leather, the studs would be made out of iron or steel, which
But
is
it's not
metal.
considered a metal armor. It's considered a leather armor.
I mean,
And
still
also,
counts
since
though.
I'm a ranger, I get some pretty cool stuff. Like,
Yeah, Mr. Ranger Boy.
ranger slash druid. Horizon Walker Ranger and Arctic Circle Druid.
So we're talking about like our like the first D&D characters we played with.
Yes.
All right. Well, Igor, Igor the Almighty. Igor is
Also,
a
if you want to
full
know what Arvin's max HP is, it's a 60.
lovely. Igor is a full-blood human rogue with the sneaky abilities of a god. A +9 to sneak and a
Wait,
+9 to
hold
sleight
up,
of hand.
hold up, Gabe. Hold up, Gabe. Hold up. You forgot about Dudo here.
Listen, we weren't
went
on
The
here
only reason you
yet.
can one shot
invisible.
stuff is because of your
I
critical
went
hit rolls, not naturally, Ian.
Invisible. I'm just saying. I went invisible.
Yeah, and naturally, me and Gabe could deal up to like more than 20 damage
I can literally one-shot things.
because of your rolls.
Yeah, because you
Rolls-
roll. That's not like one of your character's abilities. You're just lucky as all
I
heck.
know. So
And
it
if
still
the
counts.
dice hit you, your character would be dead right now.
Yeah, Dudo would indefinitely be dead. Because Georgie's such a rule lawyer, we have to fight freaking dragons at level 6.
Hehe. Also, this is
No, I think
this is
that
the first
was
D&D character I've ever made, and he's already very powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you
even
read the
Skate
player's
Luthor is
handbook.
pretty powerful, Gabe. With a 17 armor class as a spellcaster.
Alright, so we have to talk about our new characters, okay? Ian's not in this game, so he won't understand.
Talk
But
about
No,
yours
I'm
first.
in that game.
No, you're not.
I'm the ranger. Yeah.
No, it's a different game. It's not Storm King's Thunder. We made new characters, okay? And we have my character. His name is Shergy, also known as Shaggy Roberts, and
Oh God.
he's essentially a drow necromancer. So he's an evil elf necromancer.
Also known as a drow.
Yep, he because he's a drow, he has superior dark vision, which means I can see 60 feet as if it were day, and 120 feet as if it were dim light.
Which is pretty cool.
It is.
That's a little much.
Now let's go to my character's race. My character's named Luthor. Like based off of Skeletor from He-Man.
He-Man.
And he is an Asimar. Yes, there's no skeleton race in D&D that I could think of. He's a protector Asimar, which means at 3rd level he can sprout wings, and he has a
That's a little
and
much.
he would have
That's
a slime
kind of
speed
scary.
of 30. Whenever he lands an attack with a spell or a normal attack, it does an extra radiant damage depending on my level. But base stats, he is at level 1. Since he's an Asimar, he is resistant to radiant and necrotic damage.
That's pretty thick. That's
Being a
pretty thick.
warlock, I chose
It
Blade
is.
Ward, which makes me resistant to slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing damage.
Anything else that you're like resistant to?
Yeah, maybe
Um,
death.
Yeah, technically I'm
just
resistant to
death in
necrotic.
total?
I am also a hexblade patron warlock, which means I can place a curse on someone, and whenever I hit them, I do an extra bit of damage.
Okay, wait. Legit though, let me talk about Shergy for a second. Because Shergy's a necromancer, when he kills a person with a spell, he gets to take the amount of the damage that spell did and add it to his hit points, plus his spellcasting modifier. So that is like freaking amazing. Like I legit can't die if I kill things. It's amazing.
My
If you
charisma
kill
is my holy grail. I have a 19 charisma and a +4 to it, which is really good because that's my spellcasting ability.
Yeah, warlocks have a
That
really
does
weird
seem pretty
spellcasting
good.
ability.
I don't know why charisma.
Hey, I'm so handsome, I can cast fireball. It's like, oh yeah, that's how that works.
And I decided to go for a hard class like
Hey,
warlock. because-
everybody likes me.
'cause
So
even
now
though they
I
have
can
little spell slots, they can cast
literally
a bunch of
kill
cantrips.
you by breathing a little bit of fire.
Yeah, that's
like-
just how it works with warlocks. And then
Yeah, warlocks can cast high level. Don't have many spell slots, but they can cast high level spells as cantrips.
me, the wizard over here, I am so big brain I can cast the spell.
And then they can also do rituals, which they can also do to cast even higher level spells.
Swollen.
And then I also have a spellcasting focus, which is my orb.
Your orb?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you had an orb.
I have an
You
orb.
have an orb?
And I also my weapons. I could check right now actually.
You could.
Let me check. Okay, Luthor.
Alexa,
Somebody-
ask the DM how much a greatsword costs.
Yeah, his strength is not that good. He has a +0 in strength and a 10. His spells, he knows Eldritch Blast, which is a 1d10 force damage.
No.
Wrathful Smite, which does 1d6 psychic damage. And I have a longsword that can
Alexa,
do one-handed and I have a longsword that I can use one-handed or two-handed, and I also have a whip
Here,
that does 1d4 plus 2 slashing.
Georgie.
I'm wearing a chain shirt, I have a shield, I have an orb, and a Dungeoneer's pack.
Alright.
I know Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Giant. Like it's curse. So if I do that, I gain a bonus to attack rolls against the cursed target that I landed on. Any roll against that I make on the cursed target is a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20. And if the cursed target dies, I regain.
I muted him. Alright, now we get this.
Georgie, you were just going on, and Gabe was like, Georgie, and you're like, and then he has.
It's gonna be so funny because I'm recording my screen, I'm not recording audio. So all you're gonna see is me just casually bring my mouse up to Georgie's icon and just go mute.
Okay, sorry.
But let's talk about Shergy for a second, alright?
Okay.
I'm pulling up his character sheet now. Okay, here's my backstory. Georgie, you also might want to read yours, that I wrote, by the way, because Georgie's too uncreative. But when I was a young boy, my friends and I worked together to solve mysteries. But one day...
Hold up, no, you cannot start like that.
What?
Because Georgie's too uncreative.
What?
Shots are getting fired.
Duck and cover, shots fired.
Wait, what happened?
You'll have to watch the recording to figure it out. Why is my webcam on? What is my webcam recording? Oh, I think Roll20 is recording my webcam. Well, you know what, that's fine. But here's my backstory. When I was a young boy, my friends and I worked together to solve mysteries, but one day, the love of my life, Verma, was taken by the Queen of the Drow, Loth. Ever since that day, I've worked through the underrealms in search of powerful light to lead me back to my one true love, Verma. One day I came upon a great power called necromancy. Using this power, I can find my way back to Verma and bring her back from an undeserved fate. Now, you might be wondering how I can build my power. Well, I was sitting in Quincy's tavern remorsing on the loss of my love, when a man named Luthor came to me, asking to join his band of great adventurers. I agreed to join. Now we set upon the great land to gain my power.
Oh, Jesus.
Just casually mutes. I will also read you.
Jeez.
I will also read you Luthor's backstory that I wrote. Thank you very much. So, here's Luthor's backstory. I was living a wonderful life in my homeland Eternia when the gods came to me saying that the mortals were in need of my help. So I came down to the mortal realm in search of the man that needed me. One day, I was stationed in a tavern named Quincy's Tavern when I spotted a man crying with a drink in his hand. I had a great sense that this was the man I was looking for, so I came to him asking what he was in need of. He said he lost a very important person in his life and he was looking for a way to bring her back. So I made him a proposition where he could build his power as he adventures with me. He happily accepted, so we set off that day in search of more men to join us on our expedition. And then let me read you Cat's backstory.
That
Alright?
makes sense.
Cat
This
has
is one of our friends.
Cat has an evil backstory because it's creepy as all heck, okay? I was little when my mom and dad died, only 16. Another druid took me in, and now they are my parent. Not parents' parent. I have a hard time trusting people.
Oh,
I usually stay on the
okay.
sidelines, though I am usually happy all the time. I was sitting in Quincy's tavern when I saw a guy talking to someone about adventure. I followed them. Didn't even talk to them. I just followed
No,
them.
they didn't even ask us to join.
Exactly. And to see what they were doing, I told them, I'm going with you, but I feel like y'all are up to something. And I'm like, hold up. Little creepy. Little creepy.
Just a tad.
Just a tad, you know. Just a smidge.
Like, imagine like a huge elf just started stalking you.
He's actually a half-giant druid, so... And then we also have Piper, our ranger elf, and Karam, our barbarian...
No.
No, not a gnome, dwarf. And then we also have Abe, the one we all hate. His half-orc rogue. Tell me how that works. A half-orc rogue. Like, that's not how that works. A half-orc is a giant. They're like 8 feet tall and weigh 700 pounds. And he's a rogue. That is not how that works.
He's sneaky. Not the smartest move if you think about it.
Some beef. George's it's not the smartest thing. Gabe's over here, a half-orc rogue.
And the one thing I really hate is he doesn't pay attention to save his life. Like, we have to say his name at least 4 times to get him to do anything. Like, it's just frustrating. And when we're going through the dungeon, he's in the other room 99% of the time. He doesn't keep up with the party. It's just so annoying.
He also said one time. He's like, it's my turn because I'm so great.
Yeah, he always thinks he's better than other people too.
He thinks his D&D character's like, oh, it's really good, even though he has to go up with the likes of Arvin and Igor.
Arvin the
And
Almighty.
Duno! Hey, if I wasn't here, then both of you would already be dead in the first campaign.
You chose the luggage as your magical weapon.
I
No.
know.
Low-key though, the
Good.
luggage is overpowered.
It is. Also, I saved you so many times in that first campaign.
You saved me from what?
Literally death.
How?
I healed you. I was the only healer for a long while.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And
Until I came back and learned your wounds.
And listen, then I also helped you kill multiple bosses that we weren't supposed to be able to kill.
Bosses? Bosses? They weren't bosses. They were mini bosses, okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
it
well,
was a
still
bugbear.
counts.
That was not the boss, and you didn't land the finishing blow.
No, it wasn't a bugbear. You're literally, oh my.
It was a bugbear.
It was a bugbear.
Inside the cave.
Yeah.
It was a bugbear.
It was the bugbear.
No, the big dude.
That was a bugbear.
Oh my gosh. That he kept our friend.
Yeah, that was a bugbear. Clark was a bugbear.
Yes, he was a bugbear.
No, he was.
You know, I'll text Mr. Bloody right now.
Since when
Hey.
was he a bugbear?
Was CLA
How is a bugbear 20 feet tall?
Clark a bugbear? Was Clark CLARG Clark? I don't know. I might have spelled it wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right,
He was a bugbear.
we're gonna keep on doing this podcast until Mr. Bloody responds. So But I can give you credit for this. You made the best song known to mankind, okay? You know, the good old Clark got so big and strong when Georgie is around.
Around.
It was the best, all right? You can't beat it, okay?
You can't. There's no point to it. You can't even try.
Exactly. It's just so good, so tasty, so delicious. But
Masterpiece.
absolutely fabulous.
Yes.
But that was that, and yeah.
And I healed you, and I gave you inspiration for you to do more damage, and I helped you kill multiple things, and I one-shotted a lot of things to where I got the nickname as the one-shot Chihuahua. So, ha!
But
Yeah,
you didn't do all the damage.
Who was the one that almost died from a human that was at a bar? And you're like, I'm gonna beat you, and he's like, no, inflict you, and you like took 99 points of damage.
No
And you almost
one.
died.
No one.
You have to get
No.
Arden to help you.
No, there was no one that almost killed me.
Remember?
At a bar.
At the bar?
Yeah, that was
The sleeping giant?
Giant. No, but listen to this. There was 5 of them, 3 or 5 of them. There was a couple of them, a couple of their friends inside of the
There's only
house.
3 of them.
And then there's 3 of them that were outside, and then there was a couple of them that were still inside of that little
You were
house.
the one who decided, yo,
I
I want to go
never
to the
took
dangerous
any
part of
damage.
town by
Listen,
myself.
I never took any damage from them, and
Yes,
then
you
I just
did.
asked you guys to help me. It's just like so that because I thought there would be good loot. And no, I didn't take any damage.
Yes, you did. You almost
No,
died.
I didn't. I did not. I didn't even get close to dying. I straight up. I was.
You're trying to protect
fine
Dudo's
the
record,
whole
aren't you?
time. No, I've never been close to dying except for one time.
When was
Exactly.
I don't remember, but I know that it was only one time, and I remember that I had to or 1 or 2 times, but that's all I remember.
That was with the sleeping
That
giant.
was never at the sleeping giant. You are so dumb.
that? It wasn't definitely at the sleeping giant.
It wasn't though.
It was.
It
was.
wasn't.
It
Yeah,
was.
It
yeah.
was. They never landed attack on me.
Yes, they
once.
did.
No, they didn't.
You're like the easiest character to hit.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Your armor class
I'm
is
the
nothing to be proud of.
Yeah, but I can still get away really easily. And plus, they never hit me still. They were literally 20 feet away at max.
No, they weren't. That would have been
Oh
like,
my god, you
But
guys
then
are
who was-
so dumb.
Who was the one that came in with their almighty greatsword and chopped the dude in half in front of the children?
Not you,
I know.
because you
Say the
didn't
name.
help. Arvin.
exactly.
He chopped one dude in half. I one-shotted 2 of them.
No,
You didn't. You did not.
No,
Yes,
I
I
killed
did.
2 of them, and you know it.
Since when? We had more people than just you. So if anything,
If
if
you
I
only
didn't
went to
want
get
you-
me and
It-
Igor.
It was me.
No, oh my god!
It was me,
No,
you, Georgie,
literally
and Margaret.
Margaret.
Those were the only people on our
I
team.
know.
Margaret was eating soup, okay?
Uh-huh.
Me and Arvin were the only ones that showed up to fight. You did not one-shot either of them.
No,
It was
you said you didn't want to go at all. You said you did
But
not
he
want
still
to go
went.
at
I
all.
remember clearly that he went into the fight.
Yeah, okay, so if anything, one of you one-shotted or killed one of them, but I at least one-shotted one of them. I remember that clearly.
You never
Then-
one-shot any of them.
Yes, I did. Then we went off to the big castle or the big thing that they had. I don't even remember exactly what happened there.
Georgie!
What?
What?
I just got a message back from Mr. Blotti.
What was it? What is
Clark was a bugbear.
it? Oh,
That makes a lot of sense though. But how is he so freaking big? He was like a 20-foot bugbear.
Just for reference, you're a 2-foot tall halfling.
Oh.
Arvin is around like 6
That's
foot.
probably why he was like, and it was a 20-foot bugbear to me, and then, yeah.
To Arvin, he was just around 10 feet tall.
Okay.
Cause you're so big and almighty, we get it. Oh my god. Okay, but then how did I get the nickname as one-shot Chihuahua?
Because you killed like 7 goblins once, okay?
That's not an
No!
accomplishment compared to
I
Arvin.
killed 7 goblins. I've one-shotted multiple other things. Those goblins that I one-shotted. There's a
Did you
couple
just
of them that
swoop
were
in
regular
while we
goblins.
weakened
There's a
them?
couple. No, they weren't. Bro, I'm so
Yeah,
done with you guys.
you're
You
a
guys
bard.
are. Uh-huh.
They are not meant for damage dealing.
Yeah, but they can still do damage. I was one
Not,
that did
not,
damage.
but it's not impressive damage.
Then why did I have the nickname as a one-shot Chihuahua?
Because you were lucky
Get
with
your
your
facts
dice.
straight. Yeah, that still means that I did a lot of damage. Oh my God.
Listen, the only reason you did so much damage is because you were standing in the doorway they conveniently chose to walk out of.
That was 3 of them. I also one-shotted like 4 others, and they weren't even just regular. Or there was a couple
Now
of them
I
that were
think
regular
you were just
goblins.
cheating at that point. How can you one shot 4 times?
Because my bow was good. I got good rolls.
Bows don't
My
do a lot of
damage was
impressive damage.
good. No, my short bow was like really, really good. It gave me really good enhancements.
I have a long sword that's better than that.
And am I supposed
And I can
to
add the
care?
bonus of being able to cast spells that increase my
Okay,
damage.
and I literally did. I don't care, bro.
You should care.
'Cause I
Next, we
literally-
think you're the
I
strongest
was
member in our
lit-
team.
No, listen. I was literally saying that my bow is good. That it's not. I didn't say that it's better than everyone else's.
Alright.
Oh my God. Well, here, what I'm trying to say is I helped. Second of all, Georgie, we get it. Your character is strong, but we don't need to dwell on it 24/7. Thank you.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Mm.
Well then,
Bless you.
thank you.
That was so weird to sneeze on. Achoo.
At you.
The way you said it. The way you said it.
And then, even though I'm a ranger, which people consider to be the worst class in D&D,
They
I
do.
literally can hold my own ground by myself.
Well, you're a multi-class ranger, so you're not just a ranger.
I'm not pure ranger, but I do have the bonus of getting extra druid stuff.
But you're still not a full-blood ranger, that's the thing.
I know,
I muted him.
but during those times when I wasn't multi-class, I was pretty good.
Well. You know, Igor's always been super strong.
Yeah.
Except for the first time he ever used a weapon.
Okay, listen. There's only a 5% chance of rolling any number on a D12, not D12, D20, okay? The chance that I roll a 1 the first time I roll a D20 is absolutely minuscule, but it happened, okay? It's not my fault.
He does have
And
a
then
point
we had to
there.
pay for it to get. You had to pay to get it repaired.
Yeah, but I never did, so
And I went
I'm
and
just
bought
one
my-
dagger short
my-
now.
Then when we went to that town, I bought my main weapon, that beautiful, beautiful great sword.
From the Lion Shield Coster.
And it got upgraded with fire stuff.
From the, what was his name? Or, the, Artificer.
Mhm.
That was recent,
Then
actually.
apparently we're on a quest in the hidden shrine of Tamo-chan to find a mirror, so Arvin can get his great sword of fire and ice.
Well.
And that's his motive for being in that temple.
Yeah, Igor's just there because Igor generally goes where Arvin goes. I remember this one time we were playing. It was when you weren't there that one time. And I was just kind of calling the shots, you know, because it's either me or you when we call the shots. And
Yeah.
Abe said out loud, "Is this guy like the leader or something?" And Mr.
Who?
Bloody said
No,
back,
I was there. No, I was there.
Yeah.
I literally said I was like, no, dude. There's literally not one leader. We're all just a team. Whoever says that we want to do something, we all take it into consideration and then say our points, and then we do whatever that is.
Yeah, but then Mr. Bloody said, "Yeah, pretty much. When Georgie's not around, yeah, Igor is the leader."
When I'm around,
But it mainly is that everyone just kind of says their point, like. But most of the time, you're just like, let's go along and like.
Hold up.
What?
Mr. Bloody just sent me this message. I miss playing with Ian, period. If it is personalities,
Oh no.
I'd run a game for just the three of you and whoever else you wanted, not whoever else wanted to join, without broadcasting it, so we would not tell it to anyone else. We would just need to make sure we don't talk about Fight Club, the Fight Club in parentheses,
Yes.
during the regular public games, first rule of Fight Club at all.
yes, I would love that.
I'm willing. I'm definitely willing.
They said...
I just haven't been there because I went to New Mexico for so long.
Then we would just go back to the old days, like it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but if you guys want to add someone else, I'm perfectly okay with it. As long as it's not those people. But I already know that you don't want them to join either. No offense, those people.
Yeah, no offense. No, very much offense, those people. Tone it.
Are you just gonna call them out or like?
No, we're calling them. We're not gonna
Okay.
say their names for legal reasons, but we're calling them out.
For legal reasons. We're not gonna say their name for legal reasons.
Of course, for legal reasons. I'm not gonna get sued over saying this person sucks.
You're not gonna get sued no matter what.
I don't know. His mom might be evil. I'm not totally sure.
It might be a Karen, bro.
Yeah. So what are we talking about now?
Up to you.
How long has this video been?
About 32 minutes.
You think that's good enough footage?
No, not even close. It's gonna be a whole heck of a lot to upload, but I'll be able to do it.
Alright, bet.
Huh? There's not much else to talk about.
It really isn't. Well, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff to talk about. It's just stuff that we haven't thought of.
Or that people would say that we're too young to talk about.
Well, that's just what Karens will say. Oh, you guys shouldn't be talking about, why you think the government
Politics!
should... Yeah, exactly. You guys shouldn't be talking about politics because you don't know anything about politics. But sorry, Karen, 13-year-olds are a lot smarter than you think they are.
Exactly. We're a lot smarter than she is.
We have proof that essential oils does not cure cancer.
Or corona.
Or corona.
Or literally anything else.
Ooh, demonetization.
Vaccines don't
Ooh,
give...
demonetization.
Vaccines do not give autism.
Well, in really young children, in certain cases, it will. But that's very, very minuscule and very, very unlikely.
So then that's why you shouldn't just be like, hey, these definitely give you like these things instantly. So we shouldn't take them, and we should have essential oils.
Yeah, vaccines
but-
are way, way better.
Effectively,
10 times.
essential oils are even, in some cases, more dangerous than vaccines. Because, take eucalyptus oil, for example. If you were to ingest eucalyptus oil, it would, ruin your intestines and then just take you out with it. It's crazy.
Yep. And those people are like,
Then there's healing crystals.
Yeah, healing crystals, I don't really know. It's a rock that we put on our
It's
forehead and
it's
say,
literally a
"This will
rock.
give me great insight to know that Georgie's a werewolf." It makes no sense.
It doesn't.
Like they're literally
It's just
just
like, hey, this
rocks, and
rock
they say they have healing
makes
properties.
me
Yeah.
feel healthy.
See, and you know what really bothers me? The
What?
fact that the media calls Asian giant hornets murder hornets just to cause fear.
No, they are legitimately murder hornets.
No,
They're
they are
named
not. That is not
30
their actual
stings.
name. They are actually called Asian giant hornets.
I know, but their name could be changed to uh
Why would you want to change
murder
their name?
hornets. Because they're legitimate murder hornets. If you get stung 30 times, you're dead.
Yeah, but that's with anything. If you get stabbed 30 times, you're dead. Are we gonna call everything
I know,
murder
but-
knives now?
No, but it's a tiny little bug.
Tiny,
They're
dude. They're
not
2 inches in
tiny.
length.
Okay,
They're literally
compared-
larger than bees. They
Compared to
eat
other
them.
compared to other bugs, it is huge. But compared to us, they're tiny. So, if something that tiny can kill you in 30 stings, then it can be classified as a murder hornet.
But it would need to
or
sting
a
you 30
murder
times.
something.
But a bee
I
could
know.
kill you in one sting. That's the thing.
But you have to take into account
have
allergies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A,
But you can
if
also-
I was allergic to bees, like deathly allergic to bees, a bee could come near me and it would kill me. It's like,
Yes, but it doesn't happen as much as. But it doesn't. Like, you're able to see the bees easier than you are to see the giant murder hornets because you can step on their nest and not just go across it.
Beehives are found on trees.
Yeah, that's what
some
I'm
bees
saying.
burrow underground though.
Some.
Some.
Not most. Most murder hornets, from what I know,
Please call them by
burrow
their real
underground.
name.
Most giant Asian hornets
Asian
burrow
giant hornet.
underground. Okay, it's literally a longer name. It's fine either one. It's like calling COVID-19 coronavirus.
Alright, there's actually 2 different things between COVID-19 and coronavirus though.
Coronavirus is multiple different things. COVID-19 is one singular thing of the coronavirus.
Strand.
Yes.
Close. Coronavirus is any virus with a crown. So, the flu is a coronavirus, the influenza, if you want to call it by its real name.
Yep.
What was it?
Basically, any disease that has like a crown-like design.
Yeah, exactly.
COVID-19 is the specific disease.
The reason why everyone's calling it coronavirus is because of how big it is compared to all the other ones now.
Oh.
What?
Mr. Blotty said, I said, you guys are totally down to play another game, but he'd have to pay for another game. He said, no, not necessarily. If we made the characters like I did this week, we don't need the compendium. And we can still access the basic equipment, drag and drop magic items, standard items, simple weapons, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we can just play like that until one game dies, and then we can have the compendium.
True.
It's pretty thick brain.
Pretty thick brain.
Pretty thick brain. Except, do I trust y'all to not spill the tea?
Yes, you can trust me.
But
Bro,
can I, though?
Gabe, how many times have I not told a secret of yours?
How many secrets of
Over
mine
so
have I-
many. I don't even remember. That's how good I am because I'm just playing a role right now. Or am I?
Or am you? I just said, or am you?
Maybe I know. Maybe I actually just don't know. I don't remember them. Maybe I do. Who knows?
Or am you?
Or am you?
Or am you? Oh, God. Ah, yes. Or am you?
Or am you?
Let's see. What else do we talk about now?
How you shouldn't wear those normal masks. You should wear a paint mask.
No,
Actually,
normal masks are fine unless
No,
it
because
doesn't
when
pass
you
the
breathe in,
check.
it's still, the air could still come in from the sides and from the tops and bottoms.
really,
Yeah, but
those are just like
it still
precautionary
helps
measures.
you.
Those,
Yeah, it still helps you.
yeah. Really, if you wear a mask at all, it's gonna help you.
No matter what.
Yeah, personally, I wear my gas mask just to scare people. Okay, I know that sounds evil, but I'm making fun of people because it's ridiculous. We don't need to wear paint masks outside, and
We really don't.
it's just funny to watch people look at me and be like, "You
Is
look
it really
like
that
someone from
serious?
World War II," and I'm like,
My
"Yeah, that's the
God.
point."
Yeah, no, you really just need a regular mask. Get a lighter or get anything. Get your hand out if you don't have a lighter or anything like that. Put it in front of your mask. Blow out as hard as you can. If you can't feel any air or the lighter does not go out, then your mask is perfectly fine. If it starts to go out, then your mask is okay. But if it does go out, then your mask is absolute trash and it's not helping you one bit.
Mhm.
Just spitting facts right here.
Straight fire, man. But like low key though, gas mask, thick protection. Just
For
saying.
real.
Mm.
They just need to give all the doctors and stuff gas masks, my guy.
Exactly, like oxygen tanks and everything. It just makes sense like that. Doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
Well, I was talking with Mr. Bellotti, and I think, let's check how long we have for footage. Oh, that's plenty of footage. All right, that was it for the first episode of Big Brain Time, a podcast with the mates. I was your host, Gabriel Plap Universe. I'm accompanied with my co-host, Georgie360
Gabriel
Gaming,
Iglesias.
and Ian. That's it for
Just
today,
Ian.
and
That's
we will
all.
see you guys next week. Goodbye.
See y'all.
Doodle.